Hey everybody, it's Chris over at Dixieland Farm, and today I am starting step one in a long procedure, and that is replacing my computer. Chris, why are you replacing your computer? I'll answer that. So our computer at our house does a lot of activities. It records our TV. That is primarily the most important thing it does. And switching out a computer that's that important is very nerve-wracking. I don't like to do it. Even though I work in IT, it is a stressful thing for me because it is so important to our house. So besides providing our television, it's also a file server, which also works for our in-house channel. We have an in-house TV channel. You know, basically it serves up videos that we have recorded. So episodes of The Simpsons, you know, whatever is available to the Rokus via this computer. It's also my music server. So Logitech media server, that should be easy enough to copy over. It is also our print server. It is also my ham radio setup, which that doesn't matter. It's also my editing computer. So back to the question, Chris, why are you switching it out if it's so nerve-wracking? Well, number one, I am using a 2012 version of Linux. It is now outdated and no longer supported. The equipment that I'm using is probably from at least 2010. I bought it on eBay used. It has caught fire once. I've replaced the motherboard once after it caught fire. I basically have a whole other computer ready to go at any moment. It has 3 hard drives. It's got one primary hard drive that operates the system, and then it's got 2 media storage hard drives, and one will replicate to the other. Not instantly. It only happens once a week. I chose to do that because having a software RAID system, that's what it's called, redundancy, whatever disk, whatever it stands for, takes up a lot of energy, especially if I'm recording TV and deleting it. I'm spending a lot of time making a duplicate and then deleting that duplicate. So I just run it once a week because if I lost a week of programming, it's not the end of the world. The processor on that computer is slow enough that when I edit video, HD video, one, I can't actually watch pure HD video when I'm editing. I have to actually transcode it down to something worse than VHS, and that's what I edit on. And then I get to see the results after it renders. And rendering takes a little bit of time. Not a lot, but it takes some time. The new TV broadcast system probably is going to use HEVC. So right now it's called ATSC 3 in America. We're on ATSC 1, but it is coming, and that's going to require different hardware. The TV tuner cards that I have are internal, but in the future they're going to have to be swapped out for something that can receive the on-the-air broadcast of ATSC 3, which is using HEVC. My equipment cannot play HEVC because it's too slow. So I'm going to have the ability to upgrade also. So, for TV tuner card compatibility, I've got to upgrade. For operating system, I have to upgrade. Plus, there's USB 3.0, so I can move files in and out of the computer a lot faster now. And it's a modern processor and a RAM upgrade, blah, 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 blah. So, I'm going to be building the computer today, or part of it. And this is process. That's the nice thing about having a second computer instead of just upgrading the operating system. Because this is going to be a separate computer, I can take my time. The other one can stay online as I slowly migrate over. And I will get into the migration part later. And I'm not even going to attempt to install the operating system, you know, this weekend. When I do, I will be able to put the computer online, remote into that computer, and start building it slowly and migrating things over. So, yeah. So let's take a look at the computer guts right now. So here is the brand new case, here is the brand new motherboard, and here is the brand new power supply, and here is the trepidatious, Chris? Is that a word? I don't know. Look it up. Tell me. Don't tell me. This is going to air like broadcast post months later after you. I've already been done with this by the time you get to watch it. I just like walking around too because it gives you that. Who's that guy? Oh, The West Wing. I can't remember where they're always walking. They're always walking back and forth. looking like they're important. I'm important. Look at me. I'm walking. I'm talking. All right, everybody. So, let's get to building a computer. It's going to be the maybe one of the first computers here with hay in it, because I've had to do horse stuff in between unboxing it and getting the stuff ready. I just kind of want some of this stuff together before the night's over, and I've got to cook dinner, and I'm also on a podcast tonight as a guest, so it's funny to cram all this stuff in. I've already got the motherboard seated. I've just got 2 more screws, but the one screwdriver I was using was too thick to get in there right, so I've got thinner screwdrivers. We'll see if that works. I've been building computers since I was a preteen. In the early days of computers, that was the only way to do it really cheaply. Nowadays, it's kind of break even, but you know, I just happened on a good deal, and this was the better way of doing it, so that's why I'm doing it. Got it. Okay, adding the sticks of memory in next. There we go. Okay, well the CPU is in, and now some of the wires are hooked up, but these mess of wires are going to take some readers and some light, because you know, you don't want to mess up those pins at all. You know, it doesn't look like much, but if we flip it over without scratching the table, everything's installed except for the CPU cooler. We've got a spare hard drive that I had, and the 2 normal hard drives will go in here eventually. But the CPU cooler that I had did not fit, so I had to order one, which is fine because I had to order a header card. Basically, the serial port, and I'm adding 2 extra USB ports. I'm giving up the back slots, but I don't plan on putting anything in the motherboard anyway. I'm not putting a graphics card or anything like that, so I'm more than willing to give up those spots for those other cards. So Amazon, 2 or 3 days from now, no big deal. Like I said, I'm in no huge rush to get this thing going, but we're almost there. And then it'll be installation of the operating system. So it is Sunday, and you know, I didn't need the stuff by Sunday, but that's what Amazon does with Amazon Prime. So I got the headers today and the CPU cooler, and you know, here if you look at it, it pretty much looks like a computer at this point. Yeah, I've also copied over the operating system to a flash drive. I'm ready to sort of go. And you know, it's Sunday. I'm pretty busy. Like the haircut, so got a haircut since last time we spoke. I'm gonna put the least of headers in, and maybe the CPU cooler. That's the other thing I was waiting on. Operating system, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, well the computer is all set up here. I knew I said I wasn't going to probably put it together, but I've got some time, and since I'm going to be out doing stuff around the farm, I figured this is a good time to actually install the operating system, since that takes a little bit of time. So let's see if it actually turns on or if there's fire. I'll hit power, the back. Let's see. What it's doing is it's actually loading the old operating system that's on that old disk. Not a big deal. I'm going to reset it and start again. Awesome. So this thing is whisper quiet. So I got it at least into the grub menu. I'm going to go check the manual, but listen to it. Super quiet. That is great compared to the old computer. The old computer was super loud. But we still got to do the smoke test. Did I put the thermal compound on correctly? It's going to take some time. I'm going to grab the manual here on how to get to the BIOS screen before it starts trying to boot. It's going to take a couple of minutes. Here we go. So it was as easy as hitting the delete key. I am going to set it up so that way it boots from the flash drive. Of course, it doesn't look like much to you, but that means I am booting from the flash drive, which means I can install the operating system. How cool is that? It's not cool at all. I mean, you know, this is mundane stuff, but I'm happy because I'm starting the process. The computer is very quiet. I'm happy with it so far. Is it quicker? I don't know, but I am happy I'm moving forward. So I think we'll stop here, and then we'll do another video on installation and then the horrendous process of getting all my stuff back going again. So from Dixieland Farm, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Take care.